Brown was my number one school throughout the entire application process. My junior year, I actually got to go tour at Brown, and I don't know what it was. The tour guide was awesome. The food on Thayer wasn't bad either, but it just felt like a place that I could call home for the next 4 years. I got into Brown on my own, and then pretty much the day of, contacted the coach and was like, I'm already in. Can I please come play for you? And of course, I don't think they were like, yeah, like, well, let's see how you do. The national tournament for volleyball in high school is in the spring. So they had time to come watch me play, and they were like, we would love to have you be a part of our program. For me, like, I had kind of stepped back and been like, do I want to play athletics in college? And it's a big decision for a lot of people leaving high school. It's daunting. You hear about all these college athletes that miss class and have crazy schedules and never sleep. But I think the sport rewards all of that. Being surrounded by people that are so like-minded and so determined to succeed academically and on the court is just something that was really appealing. My story isn't like a super happy one. I ended up like tearing a ligament in my hand my freshman season about like a week after preseason. So ended up actually playing the role of water girl after having done all this work to try to make it onto the court. And so mine got like, I don't know, like being able to prove that competitiveness and prove that like I do deserve to be there kind of got pushed back to sophomore year, which was awesome. I think it let me kind of conceptualize and like, we call it increased volleyball IQ. So that by the time I could compete in my sophomore season, I felt like I had this view of the team and of the court, like from not an outsider's perspective, but from the bench, which I think, you know, you can get so caught up on the little things happening on the field that being able to take a step back and look at the entire court or look at the entire game was super helpful. But I had we played PC and we beat Providence College my sophomore year, and I ended up playing in all 5 sets. And after the game, my coach came over and was like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like you're still trying to earn your spot on this team. And I was like, well, like kind of, like sometimes I don't feel like I know what I'm doing out there, right? And he goes, okay, let's take a step back. You just played in all 5 sets against a Big East team, and you beat them. And you played a significant role in beating them. We can look at your stats later. They don't matter right now. You belong on this team. You were a core part of making this happen. And that kind of like took me back. I was like, oh my gosh, like, does this mean I made it? Kind of in a terrible way. But yeah, it kind of opened my eyes to be like, wow, you know, like I've been pushing so hard to try to belong on this team and try to be able to compete. And being able to sit back and say, wow, I made an impact in this very important game. And that's when it really felt like, wow, like I'm there. Let's keep pushing. Let's see how much harder we can go. But just like, I think that was the moment where like, it was like, oh, the competitiveness. Oh, the like endless extra hours in the gym, me getting there early to tape up my wrist or ankles or hand or whatever finger was jammed that week. Like it was worth it.